زمان يخير فيه الرجل بين العجز والفجور فمن أدرك ذلك الزمان فليختر العجز على الفجور. There will be a time in which person will have only two options. People will give him only two options. So either weakness or either being sinful, disobedience. So then Rasulullah says, so anyone who will be in that time, so let him to choose to be weak than to be disobedient. Okay? Anyone understood this hadith? Please? How to understand this hadith? So you will be given two options. Either you have to be weak or you have to be disobedient. I say now actually we are leaving that period. Yes, please.
It's to do with being weak and disobedient in the eyes of certain individuals or
either weak or either disobedient. Rasulullah says, if you will be in that time, so you choose to be weak rather than being disobedient. Yes, please.
Is it because, like you said, the majority groups, well, the majority people, they'll be the disobedient ones, but the small people are the weak, because they're small, because they're weak.
Okay, so it's like zoomed out interpretation of the hadith. Yeah. Okay. But when we zoom into the situation, how to understand it?
Is it because the hadith of the Prophet where that if you see something bad, then you stop with your hands. If you can't, then stop with your tongue. And if you can't stop with your tongue, then with your heart, and that's the weakness of the mind.
You are right, but it's slightly different thing in here. Yes. Same thing. Because the same thing was whispering to both of you. The same angel was whispering to both of you. Because you see just close. Actually, it was whispering to him, and you was cheating. Just get around. Did you used to do the same thing in the high school also?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. Yes, please.
The weakness, do you mean weaknesses in like metaphysical, as in belief, and weaknesses
No.
in like
What we understand as weak, average man understands. Not weakness in terms of metaphysics.
Physical or
character.
Okay, character. So normally when we say, oh, he's weak, man, what do we mean? Okay. So how to understand that?
I don't know, because the Muslims have always been outnumbered in terms of population. So that's
It's happening within Muslim society. Hadith is happening between Muslim society. Yes, please. Another one.
In terms of the Iman,
Sorry?
in regards to the Iman of a person, how to have a weak Iman than to disbelieve totally?
No. Yes, please. Anything from here?
I just thought it would be the character,
Either you have to be disobedient or either you have to be weak. How to understand?
Disobedient is knowledge of something, but then consciously not wanting to do it. That is disobedient, yeah?
So it's like laziness.
Well, if you know something, you don't do it, that's disobedient. And ignorance is weakness because you don't have the knowledge.
Okay. So better for you to not to study than to know and to not to practice. That's what you mean?
There's that philosophy as well, No, it's not the right philosophy, I know, because some people say ignorance is a bliss, where if you don't know right and wrong, then you won't be able to choose the right path.
Okay.
There's that philosophy as well. That's another type of weakness of not having the knowledge, so then you can't do wrong.
Okay. Yes, love.
Does weak means like being weak in the dunya in the terms of power of dunya, but you'd rather be weak as in the power of like manly things than be disobedient to Allah?
Okay.
Instead of trying to be stronger in the worldly things and being disobedient to Allah.
No, that used to be even in the time of Sahaba also, am I right? But it is some event which is applicable only in our time. Yes. Last thing.
Yeah, so I'm always thinking.
Yes, you're cheating each other actually.
Is it the fact that the strongest amongst it is the corrupt, and the most best Muslims are the weak.
Excellent.
So in that situation, go for the weak.
Excellent. Excellent. It's my thing went too. So you was cheating me actually.
Yeah, I was-
Look, what's the weakness now? Do you know clothing? Normally we wear the clothes because of the fashion. And what's the fashion? Fashion is some behaving costume which is created by famous people. So it is Hollywood or Bollywood, or you can say that type of top famous people, you know. Okay. So the same thing is in terms of the costume, in terms of your character. Okay. So you having two options, either being disobedient or either being weak, means, for example, let's suppose now, what is the you can say the most strongest character that is created by our, you can say, costume tradition? I would say it is maybe Rambo, or it is Terminator, or that type of characters. Someone said something, go and smash him and crush him, you know. There is no concept of forgiving, ignoring nobility, being honorable. Do you understand? That is dead, you know, that is killed. So now, if someone insults you, if you just keep a silence, people say, he's just coward, he's weak, you know. But if you stand up and go and beat him up, they say, oh, but that is disobedience. That's one thing. Or another thing, the richest people now, most of them, they do a lot of wrong things, you know, stealing from the government, stealing from the people, stealing from their own companies, you know. But if you do not steal, you're not going to be wealthy. So either now you have two options. Either you stay, being weak, pay council taxes and stay in maybe council houses, you know, or either steal and be rich. You have only two options, either weak, coward, or either disobedient. Okay. Or another thing, with the women, either you have two options. Either just keep your eyes down and don't look at them, don't speak to them, and don't take them to the rest, etc. Don't do that, which is, people say, he's backward man, he's weak, you know. Or either all the time with them, you know, pay their bills, you know, and take them to somewhere, Allah knows where, you know. They say, oh, mashallah. And that is disobedience. So now you have two options, either weak or either disobedient. Rasulullah says, you be weak one, not the disobedient one. Okay? So that's the meaning of weakness and disobedience. Yeah.
As you say, then weakness in the eyes of people.
Yes, of course. Either weak or either disobedient. Okay, so be weak, that's better for you. And unfortunately, before, you know, our grandmothers used to read stories, do you remember, before we would go to sleep, and there would be some prince, you know, or even a son of a shepherd, but so noble that helping whole country, you know, by giving his own life, you know. And when people do wrong, and when he gets them, he just forgives them, you know. Do you understand? So that used to be the fashionable thing. But then totally different thing took over. Now fashionable character is angry man with the muscles, you know, pumped muscles, angry face, you know, never respects the people, with the matches in his mouth, you know, and when he speaks, even he doesn't speak your, you know, very disrespectful. So that is the hero. But that is the picture of disobedience. But what about the prince from the legends that our grandmothers used to read to us? That is nobility. That is person from very pure roots, you know. Now that type of character is, he's just backward. He's this, he's that, you know. Now being gangster, killing, mafia, God Dad, what's his name, Al Pacino, and that characters are the, you know, that was, okay, but before, the prince on the white horse, for example, so noble, okay, cares for the poor people, you know, he may just give away his life because of helping some, you know, so now that personality is the personality of weak person. Now skills are totally changed. Skills are totally changed. So now you have two options: either be weak, but what's the weakness? Weakness is nobility, or either be disobedient. So you have to choose. Rasulullah says, be weak. Rasulullah says, يأتي على الناس زمان. There will be a time upon a people يخير فيه الرجل بين العجز والفجور. A person will be given two options: either عجز, weakness, disability, والفجور, and disobedience. فمن أدرك ذاك الزمان. So any of you will reach that time. Rasulullah says, ذلك الزمان. Do we have anyone who studied balagha here? Or nahu, grammar? Do we have anyone? As you know, ismul ishara, how to say it in English, grammar, when you're pointing, this. What's this? This.
Demonstrative pronoun.
Okay, so that is dhamir. That is, I'm sorry, ismul ishara in Arabic language. We have three types. هذا, okay, ذاك, ذلك. 3. Okay, so those who studied balagha, they know that هذا is for very close one, ذاك just further, ذلك for very far one. So I can say هذا الرجل, and then I will say ذاك الرجل. I cannot say هذا الرجل, but because هذا is close, ذاك just further. But the brother who is sitting as last person, I cannot say هذا and I cannot say ذاك, but I have to say ذلك. Rasulullah says, فَمَنْ أَدْرَكَ ذَلِكَ الزَّمَانِ. So the one who will reach that time, ذَلِكَ الزَّمَانِ, means it will be long after Rasulullah. Okay? فَلْيَخْتَرْ الْعِجِزِ. So let him to choose the weakness على الفجور, upon the disobedience. Okay? Is it you are the one who did put the share Google thing?
Share Google?
Yeah. It was you, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah. Someone is making fun of it, I think.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, it's on your page, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is on your page. Where did you get it from?
On my channel.
Okay. Did you download it?
No, I was recording. I was recording it.
Okay. Inshallah, soon we're going to record, upload some of these, your question answered on Asha, inshallah.
I was watching it yesterday as well.
Sorry?
It was on yesterday.
Yeah, it's on Saturday, mainly.
Yeah. No,
But
question.
time is changed now. Before it used to be 3:30, now it's 3.
Do you think them questions should be on night time? In the around the evening at 10 o'clock?
I think they run it even Wednesdays, I think, in the evenings, I don't know.
I thought them questions for children are not suitable, are they?
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I was laughing as well.
Okay, cute. Yeah, so are you married?
No.
Okay, so what did you watch then?
No, I gave a question. I sent a text, but they didn't answer it.
Oh, okay.
On the,
You had to give a call.
you have to go, you can't get text. Well, email.
Also, but normally we get the questions on email in the breaks.
Oh, okay.
So in the breaks, someone brings the printed questions. Yeah, so Sheikh Google then. الحديث الحادي عشر.